Hello, hello. We have made it back to Utah. We are currently in Bryce Canyon National Park. So what's special about this video is while we do show you the scenery of Bryce Canyon, we are also going to walk you through and show you the behind the scenes of how we travel full-time as creatives. So we'll kind of mention how we manage to pull off uploading a video every 4 days and also how we take care of an online shop from the walls of our van. So I hope you find this video very informative and we're happy to have you.
So we are currently walking the Queen's Garden Trail, and something super interesting about Bryce Canyon National Park is they actually have a bunch of these bulbous spires that are called hoodoos all over the place. And Bryce Canyon actually has the highest concentration of hoodoos in the world, which is incredible to see.
You took all my hesitation, shattered all my expectations, handed me an invitation to your heart.
All right, we've just made it back from our hike. We did want to talk a little bit more on the hike, but it was too windy. Anyways, let's talk about uploading every 4 days. We've been on this very consistent routine for 9 months now. And so I want to kind of go through the entire process of how we managed to do that. So first thing I want to note is we don't have any Wi-Fi. We basically just upload using our cell service, and we both have Verizon right now. And so we hotspot it to our laptops and we were able to upload that way. Also, if our cell service isn't that great and we just want some good solid Wi-Fi, we try to find local libraries, and that has been working out really well. And then of course, there are also some fast food chains that have pretty good Wi-Fi, such as McDonald's or Starbucks. So every video starts with a plan, and this is something that I started doing more recently in 2021 just so that I could kind of see what kind of content we'd be creating in the months, or I guess the weeks to come, since it's every 4 days. So when we're planning, we don't really want to plan too much because we still want to be spontaneous, but we have this overarching idea of what the bulk of the video will be. So if we know we're going to the Grand Canyon for 48 hours, we know that's what we will be highlighting in that specific video. So this is my beloved little Excel sheet. It kind of has these columns that divide up where we're going to be, any holidays that are coming up, and then every video that we're going to be posting. So all these yellow strips over here are essentially the videos that we have to post every 4 days. And something I do that kind of helps us, because this is all a ton of work, is I kind of document when we're going to film and then when we're going to edit. So here we have 2 filming days, 1 editing day, 2 filming days, 1 editing day. And so just having all of this documented really does help when we're trying to produce videos so often.
So we're now going to drive over to our free camping spot where we're going to go make some dinner, and then we'll pick all of this back up with how we edit and how we shoot.
So we were on our way heading out of the park, but then we realized that we have a flat tire, which makes this the second time we've had a flat tire on this road trip. So I'm gonna go check it out. I found the source to our problem. Got the new wheel on in record time. So the spare is on the van now, and we did make it to the campsite in one piece, so we must have put it on correctly. Anyways, now I'm going to make us some dinner, and on tonight's menu we are going to have a vegan creamy mushroom ramen.
Oh, my friend, feel the weight of the world again. Gravity again.
All right, so the broth smells truly divine, and now I'm going to poach 2 eggs, and then it'll be ready.
Don't know how I missed the mark. Can we go back to the start before it all came apart? Oh, can I be what?
So I just took my first bite and I literally just got chills throughout my whole body because it was just so amazing. I have no idea how Claire does this. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Claire.
Oh boy, it's cold tonight. And you might be wondering why, because in the last video we were wearing shorts and sweating, and now we are freezing. And that is because, fun fact, the Grand Canyon, which is where we were last, is actually at the bottom of the Grand Staircase, and we are now at Bryce Canyon, which is at the very top. And so Zion was actually in the middle, but basically we just ascended elevation?
Yeah.
Is that the right word? Ascended
in elevation.
We significantly went up in elevation. And it is cold here.
It is cold. I think it said it was supposed to be 19 this week as a low. But I don't know. I don't think it is at all.
Not tonight, though.
Not tonight.
Thank
It's definitely
goodness.
not tonight. All right, so we were going to talk about how we shoot our videos, but it's kind of...
It's like self-explanatory.
Yeah.
But what you guys probably are wondering is how we edit. Despite what most people think as Chad editing all the videos, it's actually split in half. And so Chad actually starts with rough cut.
So I do the very first rough cut, which basically condense it down from like an hour and a half footage all the way to like 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's a lot of cutting. We like to say that it's kind of like trimming the fat. And then once the fat has been trimmed, it is passed over to me and I do the mid-cut. And basically what I do then is I take out any shots that he left in that I just don't want in there. I add in like so many little notes as to what I want him to do later on, like after my cut. So things like put in subtitles and shots that are kind of windy and you can't really hear us, or add in this clip from this movie that we reference. So things like that.
Yeah.
And then I also adjust all the audio. So I make sure that the audio across the entire video is pretty even and pretty seamless.
That's also when Claire adds in a lot of like funny little moments and cuts where she'll scale in on certain times, and I really like that. It's
I like the funny cuts.
Yeah, she's really good at that.
And then after that, I pass it on to Chad, who does the music cut.
Yep. So then, yeah, I add in all the music. Hopefully it's good if it passes what Claire likes. No, normally it does.
Yeah. So in addition to what we call the music cut, Chad also does the subtitles, puts in those little clips that I want him to put in, and then color corrects.
Yes.
And then the very final cut, that is my turn, and I do the final look through on everything, usually doing a lot of grammatical and spelling errors that Chad did in the subtitles. There was one time he spelled...
No, don't do it to me.
He spelled swirl, and I was like, oh my gosh. Anyways, it takes a while for me to go through all the grammatical errors. And then I make sure the music isn't crazy loud, because Chad likes to listen to everything on very high volumes.
Yes.
And so I tone it down. I even it out.
We sit down and we just watch it. We watch it through, make sure that there's no mistakes, and otherwise we'll just export it.
Yeah. And that is the process, basically shooting it back and forth. Oh, and there is another thing. We have photos at the end, which I edit while Chad is doing the very initial rough cut.
It's quite the process. A lot of back and forth, but I really do like it.
Yeah, it
feels like our project.
Yeah, because we both put in a lot of time and effort into it. All right, so I hope everything we talked through today kind of made sense. It is a lot of work, but it's a lot easier when you split it between two people. So tomorrow we're going to kind of talk about how we manage the shop, and that'll be really exciting because I also have a couple of new things that I want to show you guys. But until then, we're going to head to bed and snuggle up because it is freezing tonight.
Yes.
And we'll see you tomorrow morning.
Yep. See you guys.
Good morning, guys. This morning we woke up and it was snowing and it was a little windy, and we were like, oh, that's cute. That's very nice. But now it's like really snowing, and we might have to actually change our plans for today because it is coming down hard. Oh my. Sure is snowy. So we've decided that the best way to spend this cold weather day is to go find a free hot spring, and we have located one just 2 hours away from where we are right now. And so we're gonna drive there now, and then hopefully we just have a nice little day of soaking in the hot spring with some cold air around us.
You messed up and dressed up all your life.
Oh yeah, clean your back.
Hi.
Hi, cow. You look very soft.
Spare us some milk.
Alrighty, we've made it to the first hot spring. There are 3 here. Looks pretty nice. Look at those mountains in the back. There are a lot of fish.
It's definitely not like hot.
I wonder if they'll like chew on your dead skin. So there's another one that's over there, and there are a ton of like buses and vans parked over there, and then there's another one that way that also has a lot of people. There's no one at this spot, so maybe we'll just stay here first.
I'm too high, don't drag me down, don't waste my time, don't.
All right, so we're currently walking over to see the other ones because maybe they're better.
Might be warmer.
Yeah, maybe they're a bit warmer. All right, so this is the second one. I'm gonna go in for a touch. It's a little bit warmer. All right, so let's talk about our shop. So we started our shop just 4 months ago in the January of 2021 after we figured out that a lot of people are really interested in buying the art that we're making. And before that, we were just selling things from our Instagram, and we just thought it'd make more sense for people to be able to use their credit cards, first of all, and for them to go through the process of entering their address and all of that stuff so that it just basically comes straight through to us and we can fulfill their order just a lot easier. So because we are living in a van in our home country, it has created a lot of benefits to making art on the road to sell in our shop. So for instance, I kind of know what stores to go to source materials or to find reclaimed supplies. And then also going to post offices is very convenient because we're always moving, we're always passing by a post office, and there are literally post offices everywhere. So it's never out of our way. It's always on the way. And so that's been really easy. And then lastly, we're just able to carry everything with us. I have showed you guys my little supply bag. And basically all my art supplies go in here. And then we also carry everything in our inventory with us in this van, believe it or not. So for instance, I have this whole box full of our postcards and our stickers, both of them. They're all in here. And then we also have this huge green bag of all of our t-shirts that kind of goes behind this couch when it's in day mode, and then it's just on the edge of the bed when we go to sleep. But what I really love about the shop is it allows me to actually do something with my hands for once, you know, just because video editing, a lot of it is digital. We're always in front of a screen or a camera. And then another thing, it is our biggest source of income right now. Like the money that we've made over the past 4 months have been more than anything we've made ever since we graduated. So if you ever have supported the shop, thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. Gives us something to do and also gives us a little bit of pocket cash so that we can continue staying on the road. All right, so right now we are literally parked right next to the hot spring. It's right over there. And I do want to go soak in the hot spring, but I think it's actually a good idea to go eat first because I'm starving. So I'm going to get started on dinner now.
The sky is beautiful and it is time for dinner.
Yay!
For something more, saw the view but I just got bored. Now I'm running out of time, and I've seen what the locals do. It's out of touch and it's out of tune, so I'm leaving here tonight.
Ooh, wash with haste, wash with haste. I want to soak. Look at the sunset right now, that's crazy. Quickly! Yay, Chad has his swim shorts on.
It's cold.
That's why the water's gonna feel so good.
Oh.
So getting out of the hot spring was the worst thing ever because
it was painful.
It was freezing once you get out because it was so warm in the water.
Sharp, very sharp.
Yeah.
All over.
Oh my gosh.
So I got out first. I ran to the van and turned the van on to heat it up. Mm-hmm. And then I went back and helped Claire get out of the little pool. But yeah.
That was like torture.
It was torture, but it was also nice. The stars were beautiful.
Oh yeah.
The water was warm.
Yeah, we had the spring to ourselves for a while, and it's really cool because it's so cold outside that there's steam just like coming up. It looks very magical.
So now we're gonna make the bed and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Good night.
So we woke up this morning, it's about 11 o'clock on a Friday, and for whatever reason, there's nobody here. So we're gonna go for a soak in the hot spring and it's gonna be fantastic.
for something more. Saw the view, but I just got bored. Now I'm running out of time. And I've seen what the locals do. It's out of touch and it's out of tune. So I'm leaving here tonight. And don't try to find me if love is a town and I'm passing through. Can't you give me some direction? Let me follow you. Is there somebody else I should be speaking to? Have I stayed too long? Have we both moved on?
So before we wrap up the video, I have something really exciting that I want to share with you guys. I have a collection of art going out into our shop, and I've been working on this for quite a while now. It's called the Apricot Lullabies, and it's basically this series of all sorts of different work, from paintings to fiber work, and I'll kind of walk you through what's going in the shop today. Alright, so I've got everything laid out here. I'm going to talk about these first. So these are needle punch pieces. The yarn is all reclaimed supplies that I got from a local shop in Savannah. And what's great about these is they're already framed. So for example, you can just hang it on your wall and it's a nice little simplistic piece. So next up, I have these little paintings. They're of desert landscapes, and what I really love about these is I actually naturally dyed these sheets of paper in southern France when I was studying abroad there. So you've got this really beautiful blush pink one and then this really pretty yellow one. All right, next up over here, I've got a new rainbow color. This one's really beautiful, very fresh, and perfect for the springtime. I love the yellow and the blush and the highlighter chartreuse. It's just a very bright and glowy rainbow. Super happy. And then lastly, I have these little ornaments that are also super cute. These are all made out of biodegradable materials, which I really love. So it's just wood and then some cotton cord. And basically there's a nice little blush middle and then a Spanish orange exterior. And it kind of looks like a sun, which I love. So that is essentially my entire spring collection that I will be launching on the website. And if you guys would like to purchase any of these goodies, check out chadandclaire.com.
Claire is the hardest working person I've ever met in my life, and she deserves all the praise and love. So definitely, if you can't afford anything, just leave a comment, give her some love, because she definitely deserves it. I mean, she is just incredible. She whipped this out so fast, and I am just endlessly amazed by Claire. So
Thanks,
check it
Chad.
out. So because this video is already getting long, I'm going to keep it short. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're interested in following along on our journey, if you have not already, definitely hit subscribe. But until next time, see ya.
It was raining on the High Line. You couldn't look in my eyes, and you told me you weren't certain anymore. So we laid and watched the stars burn, let go of the hurt and took turns.